People ask me all the time what makes someone successful in sales. They'll say, is it experience? Is it confidence? Is it communication? And my answer is always the same. It's not just one skill. Some women come into this industry and they just have it, which is basically something along the lines of, I'm not here to try, I'm here to figure it out. And that's the difference. Because the truth is, being good at sales isn't about having the most experience. It's about being the woman who decides she's not leaving without results. So today, I want to break down what it actually is, what my most successful students all have in common, and how you can build it if you don't feel you have it yet. So let's get into it. And if you're a woman who wants to get into sales, or if you're already in sales and you want to upskill yourself, click the link in my bio to learn how you can apply to work with me one-on-one. First, let's clear this up. It isn't something you're born with. It's something you decide to build. Let me tell you that every single one of my top performing students came in with doubt, with nerves, with fear. That is totally normal. Some were nervous on camera. Some had never sold or closed a deal before. Some were scared of the rejection. But the one thing that set them apart is that they didn't let the fear become their identity. They felt the fear, but they kept on showing up anyway. And I have that motto in my program. Feel the fear, but do it anyway. Having it means being coachable. It means not needing instant validation. It means being willing to look awkward, make mistakes, and still keep going. The ones who make it are the ones who don't get everything right. They're the ones who refuse to disappear when it gets hard. And I think that's super important to know, because if you're struggling or if things aren't going your way, it's super easy to think, well, that girl just got lucky. But it's not true. They just kept on showing up no matter what. Because every successful woman in sales that I've mentored has that one thing in common. She leads herself. She doesn't wait for motivation. She literally creates it herself. She doesn't wait for accountability. She gets up and does it anyway. She's had a bad day. She doesn't spiral. She bounces back. If she's had a bad week, she doesn't quit. She audits, she adjusts, and she gets back up. That is self-leadership. And it's rare because most people these days are addicted to comfort. But women who win at sales, they're addicted to growth. And that's something that I've always noticed in myself. I've always wanted to get better. I've always wanted to develop. Even when I was performing, I always thought, how can I get better? And that is such an important trait to have. And that's what gives these women the advantage. Because when you can lead yourself, you can lead your prospect. Because we all know people buy from people. People buy from certainty, and certainty starts with how you show up for yourself. The second thing that my top students all have in common is emotional stability. Now, this is a huge one. If you crumble every time someone says no, or get triggered every time you have like a slow week or you don't close the deals that you want, this industry will literally eat you alive. Emotional regulation is one of your biggest sales advantages, and it's super, super important if you don't have it to build it. When you can stay calm under pressure, people feel safe with you. People can sense that. When you can hold tension without panicking, you can build trust. The best closers don't react in these situations. They can handle the silence. They can lead with that uncertainty because they've mastered their own state. And here's the thing. Emotional stability doesn't mean you don't feel things or you don't have that emotion. It just means you don't let the emotions get the better of you. You don't let your emotions make decisions for you. Next is decisiveness. Every successful student I've had moves fast on decisions. They don't overthink. They don't wait for it to be perfect. They trust themselves to figure it out. Because indecisiveness really does kill momentum. And momentum is everything in sales. Most people spend their life, quite honestly, waiting to feel ready. But you're never going to feel ready. And successful women in sales know this. They act and then they figure it out. You never need the perfect moment. Just do it anyway. And as long as you put the hard work in, everything will figure itself out. I say that to my students all the time. These women know that clarity comes from commitment, not the other way around. The women who win are the ones who bet on themselves before they even had proof. Like when I landed my first ever sales role out of 150 applicants, I sold myself in the interview. I had no experience, but I knew I could do the job, so I made it known. And that is how you build the confidence. By showing, by saying, and then proving. The fourth trait is having high standards. My best students don't tolerate being average. Average offers, average results, average in their day-to-day. They don't chase, they attract through these high standards. And this is so, so important. They don't beg people to buy. They lead people to decide. And you can feel it. I've spoken to women where I can just feel it. I can just see it. And it's truly magnetic because people can sense when a woman truly believes in the path that she is heading on, when she has that utmost conviction. And that is what sells. And finally, every woman who makes it has this one mindset trait. She's not trying to make money fast. She's building a career. She's not chasing the numbers. She's developing her skill. She sees sales as a foundation, the skill that can make her financially free, not the quick fix that can make her rich overnight. And that is the mindset that will keep her consistent because she's not just chasing the income. She's building the woman she wants to be and the future she wants to have. So ask yourself, do you have it? Not perfection, but confidence. The decision to keep going when it feels uncomfortable. The decision to keep learning when it's not working yet, when you haven't seen your result. And the decision to lead yourself even when no one is watching. Because that's what separates women who talk about success from the ones who actually create it. If you think you have it, click the link below to apply to work with me one-on-one. See you in the next one.